Welcome in, everybody. How's everybody doing out there? Where is everybody? Let's see, I've got Pre, Sweet Pea, Irish, O2 Hurricane, Staff Grabber. Hey, I've got Sweet Pea. Are you here? You're here. Your question, I got your question. I'm going to use the runes to answer that because it's a yes or no question. Rock on. Let me write that question down. And do you want runes or tarot for that? It's your Sweet Pea. Your question's a yes or no, and I want to give the runes an opportunity because technically this is Rune Day. Hey, Brenda, rock on. Do you want runes or do you want tarot for your question? And I've got O2. I got your question as well. Are you still here, O2? Anybody else have questions? Just know that if this live freezes up, I will start another live. Just know if this live freezes up, you guys let me know if it freezes up because I don't always notice it. Rock on, you only get one question. So your first question, do you want the first question or do you want the second question? I'm only taking one question. Hey, Irish. How's it going? Oh, and the cards did finally come in. They are counterfeit cards. It's all right, Brenda. I got your question. It don't matter if you put it in caps or not. If I don't say anything about a question, then you can say something. But I got your question. I've got O2 Hurricane, Sweet Pea, Rock On, and Brenda. Rock On needs to tell me if they want runes or tarot though for their question. Yes, those cards are counterfeit. I found the actual website for the cards. No, I didn't see a question, Preet. I missed your question. What was your question, Preet? YouTube tends to cut off your questions if you post early. Yeah, if you have a question, Divyansha, go ahead and put it in chat. Let me know. If it's a yes or no, it's going to be answered with runes. If it's not a yes or no, then it's your choice, tarot or runes. I'm sorry, Preet, I didn't see your question. Okay. Pollyanna's not in here.
I know. Just write down 302 so when she asks, you can go back and look.
Okay, Preet, I got your question. Yeah, they're counterfeit. Mr. Hart liked the design on them, so he took the cards. So they're not going to waste.
You ain't getting a refund, I can guarantee that.
Yeah, I know. Oh, Divyanshi, you got a question. Okay, Preet, if you don't answer, I'll go ahead and do the reading anyhow, because you're a regular here. So I will do the reading for you. And then you'll just have to come back and listen for it. Staff Grabber, do you have a question? You're very welcome, Preet. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button, please and thank you. Yeah, no fish tanks here, that's for sure. If I freeze up, you guys let me know. I'll try to keep an eye out for it. If I freeze up, I will start a new live. Okay? Remember that. Just you'll have to keep an eye out for it. If for some ungodly reason I freeze up. Hey Ellie. Ooh. I'm going to use runes for that, Staff Grabber. Ellie, I take it you want a question. You have a question for your mom and dad? Okay. I got a train coming through, so be on the lookout. I'm a mind reader, Ellie. Didn't you know that? Oh, have I got a surprise coming for you guys? I've got a surprise coming tomorrow. Well, whenever on the next live, I think I'm going to go live Sunday, but I'm not for sure. Just keep an eye out for me to schedule a live. I think it's going to be Sunday. Sunday's going to be better weather. I've got another Oracle deck that I pulled out. I've had this deck for a very long time. So I don't want someone to say I'm copying them because I'm not. It's actually the other way around. You hear me, Ziggy? Empress? I'm not copying you. You're copying me. Anywho, if you're in the bushes out there, if you're in the bushes out there, maybe you want to come in and ask a question. uh, no, the Oracle deck that I'm going to be using is one that, hold on, I'll show you. I'll show you which Oracle deck I'm using. And guess what? Guess what, guys? I don't have to pull out the book. I'm going to be using that Sunday, that deck. And I don't need the book. Patience, Brenda. Patience. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button, please and thank you. If I do freeze up, let me know. I will create a new stream and come back. I'm going to get started. Brenda, it will happen in due time. Patience. All right. O2 Hurricane, you're first on the list. You want a message from your aunt and uncle? Hi, Liz. If you have a question, put it in chat. If it's yes or no, I'll answer with runes. If it's a different type of question, you tell me. I got your question, Monet. Liz, if you have a question, put it in the comment section and let me know. Leave a comment, let me know. I'm going to get started. I'm going to get started here. O2 Hurricane wants a message from Aunt and Uncle. Oh, we got a question from Liz. Sorry, it's taken me a minute to write this question down. All right. O2 Hurricane, you are up. You want a message from your aunt and uncle. All right. I'm going to put Aunt on this side and get these out of the way. Aunt's going to be here. Uncle's going to be over here. A message from O2's aunt. A message from O2's aunt. Okay, now we need a message from O2's uncle. A message from O2's uncle. Memories from your childhood. Memories of, so I see you're thinking about childhood and perhaps somebody leaving your childhood. There may be somebody in particular that left your childhood that has crossed, maybe somebody that's crossed over, or it could be somebody that's walked out, moved on with their life, somebody that's moved on with their life. This could be somebody that's crossed over and you had to start your life, and maybe you had to start your life new and you worked hard on it. This is something from your childhood. This is either somebody walked out or somebody left by crossing over. Now, if it's somebody that just walked out of your life, they may have moved on to a new life. But even the spirits are starting a new life on the other side. When they transition into the other side, they are starting a new life over there. So this is about something about somebody from your childhood memories. This could be about your memories from childhood. I'm not sure what the message is. Maybe you're being told to move on. Oh, okay. All right. Now, a message from your uncle. No, Ariel. You can just put a question. If it's a yes or no, I'll be using runes. Otherwise, it's your choice whether you want runes or tarot. All right. What do we have here? Sorry, Ariel. I'm behind you. I'm not paying attention to chat while I'm doing the readings. What I'm seeing here is you're being told that you're helping others. You are tactful, you're determined, you're a humanitarian. But your uncle's telling you, though, that you need to stop and take some time for yourself. You need to ground yourself because you're not being effective now in helping others. You're not able to, you're finding it challenging to continue with your goal of helping others. Your uncle is telling you, please stop and ground yourself. Meditate and ground yourself. Take care of yourself. You need to stop and take care of yourself. That's why you're finding it challenging to make goals and stick with them and be faithful to those goals. So I feel like over here, this being about childhood memories, this could be maybe your aunt is letting you know that she's with your sister, because we do have siblings here. This what it could be, siblings here, childhood siblings. Yes, you do know if you're if Dreamer's telling you you need to go to the doctor, you need to go to the doctor. Please listen to Dreamer. There's 7 people in front of you, Monet. I'm sorry I didn't see. I just now seen your question. Brenda, you're still green. Did you already rejoin? Are you sure you... Oh, you're probably going to have to wait until you're no longer green. Because you're still green right now. There's 7 people in front of you, Monet. No, you can ask a question, Phoenix. Yes, O2 Hurricane, do it for yourself. Do it for yourself first, and then for Dreamer as well. Yeah, Brenda, you're probably going to have to wait until you're no longer green and then do it. I don't know. I don't know. To be honest, I really don't know. You're very welcome, O2 Hurricane. You're very welcome. I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying, Brenda. All right, the next question is Sweet Pea. And it's a yes or no. So we're gonna use the runes for that. I'm waiting for Jesse to yell at me to breathe. You want to know if your grandson's going to get his life together? Yes, your grandson's going to get his life together. That is the Gauze rune. But he has to have a breakthrough, and he has to become aware of the fact that he needs to do that. So it's right now, it's in his hands to do that. Irish, you're taking Pollyanna's spot. I don't know where Pollyanna is, so I guess you're in charge of telling me to breathe. Aw, thank you, Brenda. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you for that. Thank you for supporting my channel. I greatly appreciate it. All right, rock on. You didn't answer me about tarot or runes, so I'm going to go with tarot. And you want to know what's going on in the next 20 days. Yeah. That can be difficult, Sweet Pea. That can be very difficult. I can relate, okay? I'm just going to say that. I can relate. Um, All we can do is pray for them to come to their senses and do something about it. Oh, dang trains. Don't tell me I'm froze. Am I froze?
No,
I'm not?
no.
Yes, I am.
Wave your hand.
Oh. Oh, never mind.
Say something. There. See?
Okay. Rock on. You want to know what's going on for the next 20 days? All right. What's the next 20 days look like for Rock On? I guess you want to know about the rest of this month. Okay, Monet, no problem. Monet. Oh, whoa. What do we got here? Rock on. What do you got going on here? You're going to complete something. You're committed to completing something. Something's going to come to an end. You have all the tools in your toolbox that you need. Hey, Shining. You have all the tools that you need to bring something to a completion. There's some part of your life, some aspect of your life. This could be a hobby you're working on. This could be a job that has an ending to it, like a contract job. So you're putting your mind to it. You're putting everything you've got into this, and you're committed to it. You're bringing it to a completion. Other people are scrutinizing what you're doing. They might think that you're doing something wrong when you're really not. You're just putting your best foot forward and getting the job done. So, whatever it is, whatever aspect it is in your life that you're working on and completing, it's getting done. Thank you, Irish, for being here. I hope Pollyanna's okay. All right, Brenda, you want a message from your mom and dad? Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button, please, and thank you. Staff Gerber, you and them fish. All right, message from mom and dad for Brenda. I'm going to put mom here and dad over here. Okay, that's Mom. Now we're going to work on, we want a message from Dad. Irish, will you drop your channel link, and will you drop metal clips shop, please? And thank you. I'd appreciate it if you would. If you, Shining, I know you order from Metal Clips. She's got this Himalayan salt scrub. Oh my goodness. And she's got lotion. Oh my goodness. Her stuff is awesome. All right. Brenda, message from your mom. Oh. Oh. What are we? We got two kings here. Oh, they are shining. I used the Himalayan salt scrub yesterday. Oh my goodness. Yeah, they're all in reverse. Well, this is about somebody freeing themselves, probably from some sort of an addiction. Now, let me talk about that for a minute. Addictions. Not all addictions are substance abuse. We have food addiction. We have gambling. That's an addiction. There's more than just substance abuse. I feel like what this is saying is that somebody has broke free from some type of an addiction, and they're not committed to, and they're not emotionally attached to that addiction. In other words, even though these two kings are in reverse, it's really a good thing. This is like saying, okay, I had an addiction. I'm never going back to that. Well, you can't say never, because there's always that chance of relapse. It's always there. But this person is determined not to. So what I'm seeing here is somebody's freed themselves from some sort of an addiction, not necessarily substance abuse. Like I said, we could be addicted to food, gambling. There's other types of addictions. There's all types of addictions. And so this person is not committed to that addiction. I don't know. This makes me feel like they're not in control of their emotions, though. So when you're not in control of your emotions, there is a chance of relapse. So perhaps this is maybe a warning that there is somebody that has freed themselves from something, and they might be possibly a chance of relapse. I had to think about this for a second, because these are all in reverse. The devil in reverse is a good card, but the two kings in reverse is not. So somebody needs to be careful because maybe they're not committed because they're emotionally out of control. And so they need to be careful. It very well could be your granddaughter. It's somebody, though, that is free right now. But if they're not careful, they could easily step back into this and turn this car back upright. So somebody needs to be careful because somebody's emotions are out. They're not in control of their emotions. All right, let's see what Dad has to say. Is all of his going to be in reverse too? No. Somebody's not paying attention. Somebody is not paying attention and they're going to fall. Now, this is not you. This is not you. This is somebody else that you know. Something's going to happen. They're either going to literally fall and hurt themselves, literally, or they're going to fall from grace. And when this happens, I feel like this is somebody falling from grace, falling out of your good graces because they're not paying attention. They're not doing what they're supposed to do. And they're going to fall out of your good graces. And when they do, it's going to be an awakening for them. It's going to create a change. We're right back to freedom. We have freedom here, freedom from substance, freedom from some sort of an addiction, and we have freedom here because of a change. So it looks like, I don't know if your mom and dad are talking about the same person. Possibly. They very well could be. But something's going to happen. They're going to fall out of grace with you. They're going to fall out of your good graces, and that's going to be a wake-up call for them. And they're going to see that they need to change. Hey, Shateria. They're going to see that they need to change and free themselves once again. If this is the same person, if they're referring to the same person, this could be somebody different. Thank you, Irish. Thank you so much for that. If you order from Metal Clips, use promo code MHTR and get 10% off. All right, Shateria, I got your question. Hang on. All right, next one is Preet. You want to know what Jeremy's current feelings are. Thank you, Irish, for not yelling at me to breathe. Oh, wow. Staff grabber. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button, please, and thank you. If you're not already a member, you might want to consider becoming a member. I have 3 tiers to choose from. So you can choose any one of the tiers. All 3 tiers gets a members only live on Tuesdays. Time is according to the weather. Weather right now is crazy. It's up and down. Tier 2 gets angel numbers plus what I just said, members only lives. Everybody gets members only lives, no matter what tier you buy. Tier 3 gets a one private reading a month, plus everything tier 1 and 2 gets. And trust me when I say it's at a discounted price. Irish. All right. Preet, this is for you, Preet, wherever you're at. That's right, you're at work, so you're listening. Preet, Jeremy's current feelings. Let's see what Jeremy's current feelings are. What's Jeremy's current feelings? Jeremy's current feelings. I know I turned them up right, but it's all right. What's Jeremy's current feelings? Ooh, that one wants to fall out. All right. Jeremy is thinking about things. Jeremy is not sure what to think. So he is looking to the universe for answers. Jeremy does not feel complete, does not feel fulfilled. But there's something that he's not saying. Jeremy's not saying. There's something Jeremy is not saying. Jeremy's holding off on speaking about something. Perhaps needs time to get guidance from the universe. But in the meantime, I can tell you that Jeremy does not feel fulfilled. But there's something that Jeremy's not ready to talk about yet. Divyansha. Where you at, Divyansha? You want Divyansha, where are you at? You want to know, does A still love you and want to reconcile? I can't pronounce his name, the person's name. So, does A still love you and want to reconcile? And that would be a no. That is the Rydro rune. That's the destiny. The destiny is that A does not still love you and does not want to reconcile. Unfortunately, I'm sorry I have to give you that news, but that's the Rido rune. It may be because that person is traveling and going on a journey, and now's not a time that they're this person may be working on traveling and going on a journey and is more focused on that than a relationship. All right, Ellie is up next. Ellie is up next. Are you here, Ellie? Ellie wants a message from Mom and Dad. What's your question, soul child? What's your question? If it's yes or no, I'll use the runes to answer it. If it's a different type of question, you get the choice, runes or tarot. Just put your question in chat. This is for Ellie. Ellie, I don't know where you're at. Ellie. This is for Ellie. All right. Soul child, do you want tarot or do you want runes for that? It's your choice on that question. This is for a message from Mom and Dad. Okay, I got you. Mom and Dad, message from Mom and Dad for Ellie. Ellie, I don't know where you're at, Ellie. Ellie, are you out there? Or are you driving? Or are you working? All right, that's Mom. Let's get Dad. Yeah, she probably is, Brenda. This is from Dad. I wrote the time down so I can let her know. Message from Dad. This is a message from Dad for Ellie. Message from Dad for Ellie. All right. Let's see what Mom has to say. All right, Spirit just put it in my head when I seen these cards. It's always darkest before the dawn. I'm not sure why I got that message. It's always darkest before it's the dawn. I feel like your mom is sending you messages in your dreams. I feel like you might need to start writing your dreams down. Make sure you write them down before you put your feet on the floor because you'll start to forget. And I think she's telling you to let go of negative thoughts and communications so that you can enjoy happiness and experience success. Successfully letting go of things, thoughts, dark thoughts that don't serve you. Successfully letting go of dark communication because you are receiving dark communication from someone. Every time that person speaks your name, it's coming from a dark place. And your mom is telling you, let it go. You have joy, happiness coming your way. And you can be successful at letting this go. No, I haven't called your name yet, Liz. Not yet. All right, let's see what your dad has to say. Oh. Oh. Mm-hmm. All right, so the Judgment card, represented by the planet Pluto, which represents the sign of Scorpio. This is about change. This is about awakening. This is about gaining freedom, freeing your mind up. Because somebody, and we know who it is creating chaos. Behind the scenes, this person, this is your sibling, chaos is being created. For a while, you may have felt like a prisoner in your own mind. But see, you had an awakening. And that created a change. It created freedom. Freedom from this person creating chaos in what they said, the things they say. So you're being told by both parents to ignore the sibling and the sibling's spouse because there's this darkness coming that they're spewing, that they're saying. Your mom is sending you messages too. I don't know what kind of messages. I feel your mom wants you to be happy. And the only way you can be happy is to release the negativity and the chaos that's being created by your sibling and his spouse. Difficult to do because of the platform they're on, but it's not impossible. All right, Staff Grabber, you're up next. You're up next. And we're going to use the runes to try to figure out how many of the 12 eggs will hatch. How many of the 12 eggs will hatch? So we're going to start with 12. Will all 12 eggs hatch? Actually, this is saying yes. And it doesn't matter if I turn it upside down. This is saying that all 12 of them are going to hatch. They're all going to hatch. This is let me figure out which rune I'm looking at here. This is a Euro rune. Oh, the Euro rune. This rune represents the year, harvest, peace, rewards. They are all going to hatch. All of them. I did, Ellie. I did. I'm sorry. Yes, Irish, that's my oxygen machine you hear. I just did yours, actually. I just finished yours. Message from Mom and Dad. Yeah, I did yours, Ellie. Ellie, you just have to rewind a little bit. Rewind about 10 minutes, maybe. I did yours. I did your reading. Monet, are you here, Monet? You want to know if you'll pass your certification test on Monday. It's not a problem, Ellie. No problem. I did your reading. Yeah, I did your reading. Monet, are you here, Monet? I don't know where you're at, Monet. You want to know if you're going to pass your certification test on Monday. I'm using runes, a yes or no. Is Monet going to pass the certification test on Monday? That's a no. Let's see what we got here. That's the Othala rune. It represents property, home, and plenty, but it's in reverse, so it would represent the opposite of that. A lack of plenty. That means that you're going to have difficulty with home and property. So you're going to be dealing with a lot of issues. You're not going to pass that certification test. And that's going to cause problems. Liz, are you here, Liz? Hey, Metal Clips. I didn't get a chance to tell you, Metal Clips, I tried out your Himalayan salt scrub yesterday. It should come with a warning. Don't use too much. Yeah, you snuck in. I put a big gob of it on my wash rag, and I'm like, oh, I think I got a little too much. That stuff works awesome. Oh my God, Metal Clips. It peeled the I had a sore on the side of my arm. Oh, my skin is so soft from that. Oh my goodness. All right. Liz, is you want to know if your new teaching job is going to help you get confident and inspiration back to complete a writing project? I'm not reading that question again. So this is a yes or no. Are you going to be inspired? Get inspired again? Yes, you will be inspired again. That is the Northeast rune. Necessity. Out of necessity. You are going to get that all back. You are going to get your self confidence back and be inspired to complete your writing project. I am now. Those cards finally came in, Metal Clips, and I found out that they are, what do you call them? They're fake. It's a fake set of cards. Oh, well, this is saying yes, you'll get your confidence back. Maybe try some meditation and some grounding to help you along with that. Shateria, are you here? Okay. Does your person love you the way you love them? Yes, do that, Liz. And also add in grounding as well. No. Shateria, no. Your person does not love you the way that you love them. That is the one Joe rune. It's in reverse. There is the pleasure is gone. I'm seeing that the pleasure is gone. The pleasure, the fellowship, maybe even the peace. The joy is gone as well. So, no, that person, unfortunately, does not, is not reciprocating the way that you love them. Soul Child. Are you here, Soul Child? You want to know how Dante feels about your relationship. How does Dante feel about your relationship? Bye, staff grabber. Sorry, I just seen your message. How does Dante feel about your relationship? Make sure I just got one card there. Irish, I'm glad you're not being like Pollyanna. She'd be yelling at me and screaming at me. Breathe. How does Dante feel about the relationship? Dante, I want to say Dante might feel like you feel like more like a mother figure to Dante than in a relationship. And Dante feels like they're out in the cold. They have feelings of despair. Perhaps even feels like you are saying things behind Dante's back. You might not be. It might be somebody else that's doing this to Dante. Somebody else may be putting these negative thoughts into Dante's mind. And somebody needs to put a stop to that because this is bad. This is very bad. The thoughts that's being put in are hurting him, Dante. They're hurting Dante to the point that Dante feels like has feelings of despair, feels out in the cold. And maybe you need to nurture Dante. Yeah, I think maybe this is somebody else that's doing it. And maybe you need to step in. If you know who it is, maybe you need to step in and put a stop to it. Because Dante feels out in the cold from the things that are being said. So somebody's putting negative thoughts in Dante's head to make Dante feel out in the cold, feelings of despair, feeling down. I feel this is you and you need to step in. Well, the best thing to do is probably have a conversation with Dante to clear things up. If you're not sure, the best thing to do is have a conversation, because the best thing in any relationship is communication. Communication is key. You're very welcome, soul. Soul. You're very welcome, soul child. The key to any good relationship is communication. Is there anybody out there that has not yet asked a question and has one? Anybody that has not asked a question and would like to have a question answered? Anybody out there in the bush is hiding that wants to come in and ask a question? Don't be afraid. I don't bite. Oh, did you ask a question, Phoenix? If you did, I missed it. I know you came in and I know you said something, but I don't remember your question. Oh my goodness. I apologize. I don't always see chat. I apologize, Phoenix. I'm looking to see if I can find your question. I don't recall seeing it. But when I get reading, I don't pay attention to chat. So I miss things. So I apologize if I missed your question. So if you could repost your question, I'd appreciate it. And I will answer it. You want to go ahead and repost your question, Phoenix? I apologize. I missed it. All right. I'm going to use the runes for this. Okay, Shining, put it in chat. I'm going to use the runes to answer this. We're going to start with the Pisces. We're going to start with the Pisces. No, the Pisces is not. Now we're going to do the Leo. How about the Leo? Is the Leo coming towards you? Yes, it's going to be the Leo. If you got a question, Shining, put it in chat. All right. This rune is the Othello rune. It's in reverse, which means no. This is the Ewaz rune. It's upright. It represents yes. It also represents partnership. So, yes on the Leo. Will you have to walk away? All right. I'm going to use runes for that as well. Will you have to walk away? Aw, thank you, New York Greek. Aw, thank you so much for that. I'll get your question as soon as I finish shinings. Will I have to walk away? We're going to shake them up real good. Will Shining have to walk away? I've got somebody here with me, Shining. Yes, you will have to walk away. That is the Dagaz rune. That's about a breakthrough. It's about awareness. I don't know if perhaps you became aware of something that's making you have to walk away from something, but yes, you will have to walk away. Yeah, there was somebody here with me, and I heard brother. Shining, I heard brother. So I feel like it was your brother was here. Your brother was here. The minute I felt the goosebumps and I said somebody was here, I heard the word brother. And now I've got him again. All right. Let me get. Does the Gemini X plan to come back to me? She keeps tethering me and I can feel it often. I'm going to use the runes for that, New York Greek. And I want to thank you so very much for supporting my channel with that super chat. Thank you so much for that. I greatly appreciate that. You're very welcome, Shining. You're very welcome. Does the Gemini X plan to come back to me? Let's see what we get here. No, the Gemini X is not planning. That is, again, that is the Ewaz rune. There's no partnership. So, no, the X does not plan on coming back. You may have to find a way to cut away from that Gemini because Geminis tend to do that sometimes. Geminis have a hard time letting go of people. Even exes. Geminis have a hard time. Let me tell you, Geminis the ones I know, have a hard time breaking loose from their exes. And you may have to put your foot down if you don't want to get back with this ex. If you don't want to get back with this Gemini X, you may have to put your foot down because Geminis have a problem letting go of their exes. I don't know why. They just do. Is there anybody else out there? Guys, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, please, and thank you. I'd appreciate it. Is there anybody else out there that has not asked a question yet? Is there anybody? I am breathing, for crying out loud. I'm talking. Is there anybody in the bushes out there that has a question that would like a question answered? Exactly, Brenda. They have trouble letting go. From the experience I have with the Gemini, somebody under that sign that I know, they have a problem letting go of their exes. That's not going to apply to everybody, all of them, but the ones that I know, yeah, it's a problem. Hey, Pamela. I'll be back on Sunday. It's all because of the weather, Pamela. I've been having to change my days, but I will be back this Sunday. Metal clips. Will the problem that I got a call about resolve quickly or take a long time? We're going to use the runes. Will the problem that Metal Clips got a call about resolve quickly? We're going to say quickly first. We're going to ask quickly first. Will it resolve quickly? No, it won't. So that means that it is going to take a long time. That is the Rido rune. It's in reverse. And that's about the ride. I cannot pronounce these stupid rune names properly. The Raidro rune that represents travel, journey, and destiny. So with it being in reverse, this is about no travel, no journey. So unfortunately it's not going to resolve. It's not going to resolve quickly, unfortunately. I'm sorry. You're very welcome, Ellie. You're very welcome. Well, I hope you get it resolved as quickly as possible. Even though it's not going to resolve quickly, I hope you get it done as quick as you possibly can, whatever it is. Is there anybody else out there? One rune, will you get your apartment soon? Okay, Pamela. I'm glad you made it, Pamela. I was beginning to worry about you there. I'll be back on Sunday, I promise. Sunday will be 5 p.m. Eastern, 4 Central, 3 Mountain, 2 Pacific, and that will make it 10 o'clock UK time. Yes, Pamela, you will get your apartment soon. You're welcome, Metal Clips. You will get your apartment soon. That represents the Gibo rune. That represents partnership. You enter a partnership when you go get an apartment with a landlord. So you will be getting one soon. Thank you, Metal Clips, for the super sticker. Thank you so much for that. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you for supporting my channel. That's very much appreciated. We will be back Sunday. Like I said, I'm using a new to the channel, not new to me, but new to the channel Oracle deck. Time to change up the oracle deck. You know, you guys have been around me long enough to know that I eventually change up my oracle deck at some point. So we're going to give the other oracle deck a break, and we're going to start using a different oracle deck. Now, I'm going to say this. I am not a copycat. I've had this deck for a very long time. I just have not used it on the channel. I have not used it on the channel. Okay? But I've had this deck a lot longer than somebody else has. So do not call me a copycat. Mm-mm. I'm not. Don't mess with me, Empress. Mm-mm. I know you're lurking in the bushes. I know you're watching. I know you watch. You're the copycat, not me. Yes, we do, Brenda. We know who the copycat is. No, sweet pea. There's no point. There's. I can say this with great confidence. I do have a master's degree in mental health counseling and addictions, and there is a dual diagnosis problem going on there, and that's all I'm going to say about it. And you know what? I'm getting ready to end this live. So I'm going to pull an oracle card. Exactly, Brenda. Exactly. I'm going to pull an oracle card for today's live. And I'm going to show you I don't need the book. Okay? I don't need the book. We are, by the way, coming up soon. I'm not sure how soon, but we are coming up soon on new moon and a solar eclipse. And I'll get that date for you here in just a minute. Let's pull one card out for this live. And this is how you shuffle them. This is the proper way to shuffle. Spirit will guide me. My spirit guide will guide me on what card to pull. I want one card for this live. Look at the bigger picture. Full moon in Sagittarius. You know what? I think they're sticking. I actually got two cards here. Hang on. So we got two cards for this live. The first one being, look at the bigger picture. Full moon in Sagittarius. And we got prosperity lies ahead. New moon in Taurus. Oh, wow. So let's start with this full moon in Sagittarius. The full moon is a time to release things. That's the time when you release things that no longer are of value. The full moon represents spiritual completion and culmination. Culmination being the time to let go of things that no longer serve you. This is a time to celebrate and reflect on the cycle so far. And when you reflect on things that you no longer need. Possibly traveling. Sagittarius is a traveling sign. They like to do a lot of they like to travel. They like to move around a lot. And maybe it's time to settle down. Now, let's look at the new moon. Prosperity lies ahead. The new moon is when it's time to start fresh, start over, start something new, put something out into the universe. It's time to put your wishes out into the universe. Start afresh and open up to new life. Sow the seeds of new beginnings in the darkness of the new moon. I'm not reading from the book. I don't read from the book. I'm going according to what I know about the different moon phases. You're very welcome, Pamela. You're very welcome. Really, Shining? I'm on Discord. I'm in Discord. Um, hmm, I think we might be in a common Discord. I think we might be in the Jerks Discord together. You won't recognize my name, that's all. And I don't want to say what my name is in Discord, so I will message you you if you're looking for. Yeah, I think you're in the Jerks Discord. We're in the same Discord together. I'm pretty sure of it. You want to get my input on some things? Yeah, I think you are. I think we're in a common Discord. You're Eloise, right? Oh, maybe it is 6 up. Yeah, it is 6 ups. You're right. Don't mind me. I'm not. Yeah, you're right. It is 6 ups. We're in 6 ups together. I'll message you. I'll message you when I get done here. When I get done, I have to pack up and, turn my oxygen machine back on and all the good stuff. I have to undo my camera and shut everything down. So when I get done here, I'll message you. Since you want some input on some things, I'll message you. So this is the cards that I have here. I don't know about all the astrological signs like Taurus. I don't know a whole lot about Taurus. I'm not I know Sagittarius. Why? Because I'm married to one. I know Capricorns very well. I know some Aries. I know a lot of Scorpios. Woo. I know some Aquarians. I know some Virgos, Aquarians, Pisces, Scorpios, Virgos, Sagittarius, Geminis. I know some Libras. I don't know a whole lot about all the signs, though. Only certain ones. I will hit you up in private message, Shining. I'll just let you know it's me, because I'm under a completely different name that you won't recognize if I don't tell you who I am. Not a problem, Shining. Not a problem. I will be back Sunday. I will be back at 5 p.m. Eastern, 4 Central, 3 Mountain, 2 Pacific, 10 o'clock UK time. That's awesome, Ellie. It probably was, Brenda. It probably was. That's awesome. That is awesome. For anybody that is not a member, you might want to consider becoming a member. I have 3 levels. All 3 levels get the members only live on Tuesdays. And Pamela, to answer your question, until we hit fall and we hit a more consistent weather pattern where it's cooler, my schedule is off. I can't maintain the same schedule that I do in the winter months. That's awesome, Brenda. That's awesome. Yeah, I told you that my dogs knocked their box out of the cabinet over top of my head and hit me in the head with it to say, hey, I'm still here with you. Not like I could forget them. I do want to go back and say, because I'm about to end this, but before I end it, I want to thank Brenda for the super chat. Thank you so much, Brenda. New York Greek